What is up, Impact Heroes? Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Rick Ornelas. Thank you for spending some time with us today because we know time's a valuable resource and we're going to make it worth your while. I appreciate each and every one of you, not just for listening, but for who you are. I know you're sparking change to make the world a better place every day, and I am humbled and grateful for your efforts. It takes all of us doing our part to spread positive change, and that's what this show is all about. Motivating you with stories of struggle, courage, and hope to empower you to make a difference in your life and the lives of others.
What is the Igniting Hope Summit? It's a celebration of surviving life's toughest moments, the moments that tried to break us forever and didn't. We survived. Now, we're going to challenge you to take it a step further. Our speakers and presenters will push you outside of your comfort zone and teach you how to find the bigger purpose to that pain. You will leave feeling transformed and empowered to take on challenges and dreams that you never thought possible.
Welcome back, Impact Heroes. Today we have the pleasure of speaking to our latest iSpark Change Impact Hero. Now, this guest is someone who is energetic, generous, and filled with the joy of being alive. He's an individual who has compassion, determination, desire, and grit. The size of his heart is only matched by his huge, beaming smile and his genuine and energetic, love-filled hugs. Love getting a hug from this man. He is motivational, inspirational, empowering, and a very caring individual whose presence warms any room or stage. He's just an all-around great guy with a fire and love for serving others. Please welcome percussionist, dancer, songwriter, MC, actor, the motivational entertainer, the one and only Elec Simon. Elec, welcome to the show, my brother.
What's up, Rick? You look good, Rick. You look good behind the mic. Look at you, man. Go ahead, bro.
I'm just an amateur here with my little Amazon mic here, but I do what I can. How'd you like that intro?
Oh, it was great, man. I felt like I was getting right. I almost like looked to the left or right and said, "Hey, somebody throw me my sticks. I'm ready to go on stage. I'm waiting for the curtain to open." I was ready, man.
Well, so I'm just practicing for now. I don't know if I'll get the pleasure of introducing you, but I was just practicing because when we met last October and then we saw each other again this past May, and we were just talking about this off camera about how we knew we were going to work together at some point and see each other at some point, and then sure enough, the opportunity came up, and now we're both going to be at the Igniting Hope Summit in August 27th in Houston.
Yes, it's going to be great. I remember when I hugged you, I said, "Hey, man, don't worry, we're going to work together." I said, "Hey, get me to Houston." He's like, he's like, "I'm planning on it." You said, "I'm planning on it." I was like, "We're going to work together."
Yeah.
And then boom. And then my sister Jess was like, "Hey, Alec, we're doing Houston first on our tour." I was like, I know some people.
Exactly. And yeah, and I kudos to my wife, Tanya, who, I know she follows your work a lot and supports you. And she connected me with Jess, and now, we'll both be there. We'll both be there on August 27th. Yeah. It's going to be incredible.
Yes, definitely. And you know what? When Jess said that, she's like, "Alec, I need some, I was like, and what I said, I was like, these two people, I was like, I love them. They're family. They're part of the Unfair Advantage family. I was like, I see them every year in New York. I was like, they're good people. They live in Houston. Let me pass the word to them. I was like, I'm going to connect you with Tanya and Rick. And she's like, okay, yeah, put them through. I was like, hey, I put them on a message that has hey, y'all talk. Tanya, we're coming to Houston. Any way you can help out Jess. And then now look, it's like, and she's like, I'm like, now Rick. It's crazy. I mean, that's how the universe works. I mean, that's how things work, man. That's how God works. It works out like that. And it's supposed to happen. It's already written. We just don't know the book yet.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I view it too. And that's why, when you meet someone and, you can feel that energy, that vibrance of life that they have, and you have that in common, you have that connection, because, not everybody you meet that you feel that, or you have that same connection. You try to surround yourself as much as you can with those type of people, but you feel that extra special, connection with certain people.
Yes, you do. And yeah, that was you guys. And you guys are the first. I know tons of people Houston, but I'm like, okay, I know what she's trying to do. I was like, I got to put her with people who I trust, who I know is going to help her in that way, because she does it. She does it all herself. Her and her husband, Kevin, they work there, so they work hard. You know, she works hard. And I was like, I got to put you in the hands of Rick and Tanya now. And look, and now look, it's crazy, man. It's unreal.
Yeah. So for our audience, Elec, you know, before we start diving into more about you, for our audience, since you were a part of the last Igniting Hope Summit, you know, share a little bit just about what the audience can expect, you know, when they attend.
The audience can expect different chapters of a book. It's almost like Rick getting a book, and it's a variety show book. Does that make sense? It's a variety show
Yeah.
that everybody loves. Like, oh wow, I love this, I love this, love this. And it's so much, yes, igniting hope. Yes, we are igniting. Jess is the anchor. She brings it up because her story is strong. You know what I'm saying? I'm the MC and give a small keynote, but like that's who I am. I'm a performer, but my keynotes are in between. You know what I'm saying? I kind of tell my story, like my message, you know, your message. I tell my story a little bit. Mine is just getting you off your butt and telling you quit making excuses and go live the life that you know you can live. That's mine. And I'm gonna get in your soul, I get in your spirit. You know what I'm saying? I use my music as bait to reel people in. I get their attention, bam, I got them. Now their soul is wide open, their eyes are open. Then I can throw my message in there. I remember this one time, unfair advantage, this lady, two ladies actually at the after party. She said, I wish you would have talked more. She said, because you just talked for those little 3 minutes towards the end. And she said, I teared up. I'm like, why? She said, because I felt like you was talking right to me, saying like, hey, tomorrow's not promised. Don't listen to people in the cheap seats. If you want to go do something, go do it. But she's like, and that resonates. She said, that stayed with me forever. I was like, I just throw stuff in there. You know, she's like, I didn't even know you spoke. She said, I didn't know you was a speaker. She thought you was entertainment MC, but she said, you realize like, yeah. And sometimes things are better unsaid until you hit them. I understand that. When you're on stage, then you can hit them. So yeah. But with your story and mine and Jess's, people's gonna get they're gonna get a variety show. They're gonna get a variety uplifting. That's what it is.
Yeah, and I love what you're saying about the, you know, sometimes the less is more, because you never know what's really going to resonate with someone, or what's going to connect with them in their heart, and they just may hear 2 words or 3 words, or, you know, one sentence of what you say, and then bam, it hits them, like you said, in their soul. And one thing I love about what you do is that music is a way that everybody can connect, no matter who you are. Even if you don't have anything in common, music can bring us together. And so when you're up there, you know, drumming and getting the audience engaged and everything, that brings everybody together, right? We're all participating, we're all clapping, we're all having a great time. And yeah, and that's where you kind of let the guard down. You know, people take off that armor, let the guard down, so they can start to, you know, open up.
Right. And that's the thing, letting the guard down. Anybody that goes to these inspirational keynote speaker, motivational summits, coaching, anything, you have to let your guard down. Even if you're a coach right now, anybody watching this interview, even if you have a coach every week or every month, you have to let your guard down. You have to be open. You have to stay humble and be open to what they're going to say, you know. And even sitting in the audience, you got to be like, oh, I have to let my guard down, because they might say something I might not like, and you're not going to get up and leave. It's just the truth. They're not here to hurt you. They're not here to hurt your feelings. They're here to help you. But if you can't be in this heat, maybe you shouldn't sign up for this. Maybe you're signing up for influencer things, motivational things to put on your page and say, yes, I'm part of this coaching, and plus you can get more followers. If you really ain't for the heat, you can't be there. You can't be in the room, because they're going to throw some heat at you. Like Chris throws heat. Jen throws heat. Lewis House, Sean Whalen throws heat. You understand what I'm saying? So I throw heat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be ready for that. And my mom taught me that. She says every day. My mom's basically, now she works for a Hall of Fame. You know, Hall of Fame week is this week in Canton, Ohio, where I'm from. So she said, hey, throw that heat. She said, let them know the truth, because you let them know the truth. You don't have to remember what you said. Just tell the truth. My mom's a speaker, so it's like I get that from her. So anytime I attack the stage, Rick, I'm giving it to you steak and potatoes, bro. That's it.
Yeah, and those are wise words, you know, that your mom taught you, and that completely resonates with me, because as a coach, I always tell people that I say, look, I'm going to be more your personal trainer. I'm not going to be your bartender. I'm not just going to nod and smile and agree with what you say. I'm going to hit you hard and make you uncomfortable. and tell it like it is. You know, like you're saying, throwing heat. I'm going to tell it like it is. And if you don't like it, like, so be it. And
So be it.
I know, you know, I coach CrossFit as a hobby. I've done that, you know, for about 10 years. And I remember, I'd never forget, you know, this one person, I love her so much. You know, she's like a middle-aged woman, came in really uncomfortable to be there. And she told me after, you know, about a year of coaching, she said, you know what? You are my absolute favorite coach because you push me outside of my comfort zone. You make me uncomfortable. And she goes, I'll admit, when you first started coaching me, I didn't like you at all. She's like, I hated when I came to class because you made it hard. You made it hard on me. You pushed me. And you know, you kept telling me I could do more. I could do more.
Yeah.
And that was one of the greatest compliments that anyone has ever paid me as a coach, because the fact that, you know, she was willing to stick it out and go through that uncomfortable, you know, those uncomfortable times and that change to get to where she's so much stronger and she's great and she loves it. And she says she, you know, she loves when I coach now because she's embraced that growth that we have to have. And she's not just like, oh, I'm going to shy away and forget that. I don't want any part of that.
Right.
Kudos to her, but
Right.
that's where, you know, I hope, you know, this is what you do. And like for Ignite Hope Summit is that people they may get a little uncomfortable, and that's a good thing, right? Because then they can grow and learn and become better.
Yes. And that's the thing, like with Jess being the anchor, they can grow. It's almost like I'm getting them ready. You know, of course I kick the show off, MC, talk about you, talk about Jess, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I get them prepared for two great speakers. You come in, and then Jess comes in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting their mind ready. So I'm getting that guard down. My job is to get the guard down, let them have fun, get that shield down, let them drum a little bit, let me sing some songs, let me get into their soul. Like, man, who is this guy? And throw a little message in them, do some crowd participation. You're like, man, that was a great warm up. And then I hit them, and then that way their soul, they're already tired, not tired, but they're amped, they're ready to go. They want more. That's when Rick comes in. You keep it going. I'm just handing you the baton. I'm the first one. You got to keep it going. Rick comes in, hits them with their mind on this left side of the brain. Jess comes in, hits them on the right side. Boom, we wrap up. And they say, wow, we got 3 different great stories in that time frame. We sang, we clapped our hands, we drummed, we had Rick's story, we had Jess' story, we have a meet and greet, we took pictures. That was a short, sweet, powerful punch. Just like you said, a lot of people have long things they already forgot. They're on their phone, they're texting, they're thinking about their next meeting. Nah, it's too long. Hit them hard. Eat your snacks, have your little drink, have your glass of wine, whatever the hell, and that's it. And you hit them hard, and this is great. That's what I told Jess. This is great. It's just us 3. This is great for right now. And it's like, and it'll grow bigger and bigger. And you know, and but yeah, man, I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how your story blends in. When somebody's flipping the page of a book, it blends into Jess's story. Does that make sense? I'm just looking, you know, you reading a book, it's like, okay, chapter 17, and boom, it hit them like, whoa, we just heard this. They're taking it in, they put it in their bank, and then they hear Jess, like, and they have all this, they have these tools to go back home with now. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they have the energy from me. They have they have me to get out of bed. Hey, when that alarm goes off, get your butt in the shower, get up, go to the gym, get your vitamins, get your oatmeal. They have that to go, and then they can chill and learn more from Rick and Jess. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's, you know, just hitting them in different ways that, you know, to, you know, attack kind of the same issue, which is getting uncomfortable and growing. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the show. It's not just to talk about Igniting Hope Summit, but because the theme of this show is social impact heroes. It's those individuals that we see as, you know, at iSpark Change, we see you as spreading positive change throughout the world, making people better, having a positive impact on others. And, you know, you get to do that all over the place. You get to MC, you know, events and all over things. I mean, we're talking off camera about, you got like 60 things coming up, you know, in the near future. And so you get to impact a lot of people. And so I want to dive into, you know, more about you and how you impact people, you know, because like I said, we see you as what we call a social impact hero. Okay, so I see you as a hero. So embrace that, if you will. you being a hero, you being a hero, whether you agree or not, but embrace it. And I want to know, I want to know more about your story, Alec. You can share with our audience about, how did you get on this path to where you're doing this heroic work, where you're having an impact on others? How did that all begin?
Well, it all began. My best friend committed suicide when we were 16 in high school. Terry Ford. I played sports. He was in the band. We was in Boy Scouts together. We rode four-wheelers. We fished. We did everything. And people picked on him. He was Caucasian. I'm black, whatever you want to call him. Skin color means nothing. If we both cut our arm and you seen blood on the ground, you wouldn't be able to tell if it's a black man or a white man, Asian, Hispanic, anything. So let's just get that out the way right now for all the listeners. He committed suicide because people picked on him. I got in the show Stomp, New York City, and then I did the world tour. And I was sitting on my balcony in Lima, Peru. We did Argentina, and I was sitting on my balcony in Lima, Peru, and I was like, I called my mom, and I remember telling my family, like, I'm done. It's time for me to be done. It's like, what? You're done with Stomp? What? You've been doing this show for 9 years? I was like, I'm just done. Something's telling me to go home and change lives and spark change. Something's telling me to go home and spark change. There it is. So then I left the show. People sad. I mean, but then I still filled in from here and there. That's the thing about Stomp. Shout out to Luke Cresswell, Steve McNicholas, the creators of Stomp. Once you're family, your family. They'll always have you fill in and be part of the family. But I went home and started my anti-bullying show, my life assembly in schools. And I've done hundreds and hundreds of schools all over. And I tell my story about Terry, but I've been shying away from the bullying thing because everybody thinks they're a bullying advocate now. Everybody thinks they can just go into school and talk about. I have a real life experience. My best friend wrote a note and said, I'm done. Thank you. Take care of you guys. I love you guys. I'm leaving this earth. I'm tired of getting picked on. I'm tired of getting bullied. So that's why I do it. That's my thing. But now it's called Elec Simon's Motivational Musical. That's my show. Elec Simon's Motivational Musical. I'm the motivational entertainer. But it's a life assembly now. So I do school assemblies. School assemblies is my main thing. I tell my message. I talk about my best friend towards the end. But it's geared towards every audience. I don't talk about suicide no more unless I have to, unless it's high school, middle school. Elementary is about fun, respect, skin color means nothing, love, respect your teachers, because teachers think they can just come into assemblies and start grading papers. Not my show. They pay attention. That's the best thing about my show is when a teacher comes up to me and says, wow, I thought this was just for the kids. But she said, this one teacher said, man, I have tears in my eyes. Thank you. I'm like, well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. That makes me happy. That lets me know my mission is getting accomplished. But school assemblies, hearing different stories from kids and when they come down and talk to us after the show. And that's my main thing, school assemblies. I do about maybe 56 to 60 some schools a year, doing my Elec Simon Motivational Musical. I have a band. I have a keyboard player, drummer. Sometimes my little brother Devin play guitar, and I use the music as they're walking in. We're playing, and they're looking at like, what's all these buckets set up? It's about 10 buckets in the line set up. You see my keyboard player, drummer playing. 900,000 kids walking in, and they see us down and like, okay, what is this assembly about? We do one hit, boom, and I say one mess up can change your life, and then they're like, what is he talking about? What's he talking about? Then I just go into my story, and I talk about things that's geared toward audience. I can't go into an all African American school and sing "Don't Stop Believing" because they're gonna be like, what song is that? Understand what I'm saying? I can't go into an all Caucasian school and start talking about Otis Redding or talking about Marvin Gaye or talking about Sam Cooke. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do that. You have to speak towards your audience, geared towards your audience. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell people. That's what a principal said. He said, I like how you change your story and it's geared towards whoever's in front of you. If it's elementary school, middle school, high school, what kind of faces, whatever's in front of me. The same thing with you, Rick. If you go to the hood, if I dropped you off on the Bronx on 189th and you try to spark change talking about your story, some of them gonna be like this. What? Huh? What? If you go to Montana or Wyoming and sit down with 800 people that look like you and you talk about your story, I'm like, oh yes, we understand. Or if I take you to Brooklyn, the best guy, and you sit on the corner and tell your story, I'm like, oh, come on, man, go on somewhere. Rick's gonna have to change his script to get to these hearts because they look like me. They don't look like you. So that's what the world is. They have to change their script. I change my script. Whoever I'm in front of, I say, okay, I'm looking, I scan the crowd before I even talk. I'm like, okay, I got it. Okay, I can go this route. I can go this route. I can go this route. I believe in changing your script to gear because you don't know that person sitting up in the balcony like, man, I didn't get nothing out of this. So you got to go down here to maybe what they're talking about and be like, oh, I see what you mean. And then you go back over there. Blah, 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 blah. It could be white, black, Hispanic, anything. Geared towards your audience. That's what I tell people. Everybody watching, if you're a speaker, speak geared towards your audience. So saying all that to say, with Terry, with my sparking change, that's what's different from me and any other speaker that does school assemblies. I don't have a script. People do the same show in every school. I don't have a script. I go off of what I feel. And yes, I smile big. They look at me like, wow, he has tattoos and some of the cool kids. One kid told me he had cowboy boots on, a fatigue shirt, and like a cowboy hat. After the show, he came up to me. It was predominantly all white school. After the show, he came up to me and said, I got to tell you, my parents always told me that African Americans were bad people. I was like, are your parents racist? He's like, yeah, my dad is. He's like, he's always throwing the N-word around there. He's like, but you know what? You changed my life, man. And he hugged me. That made me cry. And then he was a freshman. Then his senior year, I spoke at their graduation. He hugged me after he got his diploma.
Wow.
At the end of the graduation, I'll never forget it. At the end of the graduation, he hugged me after he got his diploma and hugged me. I was like, wow, you did it, bro. I've been knowing that kid 4 years. And when he's a freshman, he was like, I just, and that touch. Things like that, Rick, is what sparking changes. If I change one, bro, I'm good. If I change one, I'm good.
Yeah. And thank you for sharing that, especially that last story, because that's an example of what we call a spark moment at iSpark Change. It's where you never know when something you say, something you do can impact another human being in a certain way that changes their life, completely changes their life. And you being there at that assembly, your words affected that one kid to totally change his life, to totally change his beliefs, and he'll be far better for it, right? Than had he gone down the path of following what his father was teaching and preaching, and that that you don't even know yet at this point what that ripple effect will be for him for the rest of his life. Like, right. Who else will he impact because of that one action? Right. And that's why I think it's important what you're saying is how you change your story. You meet people from all over the place, and you adapt. I hear adaptability. You're very adaptable to adapt to the different situation to get people to listen, and so it resonates with them, and really connect. Really, it's all about connection. You're connecting with the audience and the kids and everything. So where do you think that came from? Where do you think that ability to connect with so many different types of people and adapt? Where do you think that comes from for you?
My mom. If you met my mom, you'll say, okay, Alec, I get it. Miss Vicky, you met my mom. Like I said, right now she's driving one of the Hall of Famers rounds. Like, she works for Hall of Fame. She's in charge of one of the families. Whoever gets inducted to the Football Hall of Fame, they'll say, Vicky, you got this family, blah, 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 you got this family. So anybody who meets my mom, they call her Aunt Vicky. My mom is a superhero to me. And I get my big hugs, like I give you every time I see you. I squeeze you. I was like, I don't want to break you, Rick. I was like, I just hug you tight, and my smile, but just treating people great. I got that all from my mom. And my mom said, everybody ain't gonna understand what you're saying when you're on stage. I'll make sure you say this, because my mom. I was backstage at 2 years old, swinging my feet, watching musicians warm up, because my mom was a stage manager. She put on big shows, so I was like a little chubby, fat-faced kid backstage watching my mom with her walkie-talkie running the show. She didn't play. Vicky don't play still to this day. If she's stage manager, the show's gonna run straight. Trust me when I tell you this. So I watched it. She's like, my mom said, hey, you gotta pay attention to your audience. She always says that, pay attention. I was like, Mom, what do you mean? She's like, you'll figure it out. So I pay attention to your audience. I pay attention. In the movie Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood and Mario Van Peebles, old 80s movie,
Yeah.
Heartbreak Ridge.
Yeah.
I remember Clint Eastwood, it's one of my favorite movies. Clint Eastwood used to say, well, I'm not a Marine, but he used to say, adapt, improvise, and overcome. And I apply that to my life. You got to be able to adapt quick, overcome. You got to be able to improvise quick. And that stuck with me. Still, I'm 40 years old. That stuck with me. And I used to watch that movie as a kid. It came out like when I was 1 year old. So yeah, that's what it is, Rick. I get it from my mom. I get it from my mom when you said how do I do that? I get it from her. She showed me how to read my audience. She showed me how to do that.
So another component, another thing that I get, being around your presence and with your work and when you're up on stage and everything, is that you're an extremely positive individual, which, I am too. I mean, Tanya is. That's why we were drawn to, each other, like attracts like, I think, kind of thing. But I know that you've had, in reading your bio and background, I know, life hasn't always been easy. There's been struggles and different things. So how have you been able to maintain, your positive outlook and share that with others, even if you're having a difficult time?
Cool. That's a killer. If you ain't, I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to do it the other way. If you're not helping making me better, if you ain't clapping when I ain't looking, if you ain't bringing my name up, when there's a room of opportunity and I'm not there, if you are making jokes, but you're jealous, really, there's jealousy in jokes. Watch out for that, Rick. Watch out for that with your friends. They always joke, oh, Rick thinks he thinks he can do the rings and do 1 million pull-ups because he's a CrossFit. Hey, look, they're joking because they're jealous because they know you can. So be careful with that. If you ain't doing none of those things, if you ain't clapping for me when I ain't looking, I ain't got nothing to do with you. I had to cut them people off. I was that doormat. That's why I give the big hugs. I'm a big, huge teddy bear with tattoos. That's what I am. I'm like, oh, look, I was loving everybody and taking for what's what. Even if they was a demon, even if they was bad, even if their energy was bad, I was still giving people the time of day to try to help them out. That, can I cuss?
Of course.
That shit is over. That shit is over. Listen to me, Rick. That's over. That day's done. I'm done with that shit. I'm gonna tell you why. If you keep doing that, that's the cheap seats. They're way up there in the balcony. Hey man, you ain't gotta do that. Hey man, blah 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 blah. Hey man, you black. You supposed to be saying this. You supposed to be black. Blah blah blah. You black, Ella. You over there with all the white. What? But you sitting there and tell me you believe in God. You go to church every day, and you trying to separate our races. Do you make sense? I'll wait. And then they don't say nothing. Oh, well, I'm just saying. So me being a black man, being around a lot of white people, doing a lot of corporate gigs, doing MCing, me standing my ground saying, yeah, skin color means nothing. A lot of people don't like that. But then they be up in church talking about God this and God that. Okay, God wants us all. We're all brothers and sisters, right? We're all family, right? We're all supposed to be there. So why do you keep saying whatever? I'm not going to get on that. Sorry, folks. Sorry, listeners. I'm not going to get it because but that's one thing to answer your question. I know I get off sometimes because I'm passionate about what you're asking me. That's why when I do interviews, I really clench my fist because I'm a realist and I got to chill for a minute. You know what I'm saying? When I'm having a bad day or when I'm down and I still find the grit to make other people smile and give people hugs and have that smile on my face, Rick, that's hard. But you know what I do? I dig down. Busta Rhymes said there's 84,000 some seconds, 500,000 some seconds in a day. Don't let 30 seconds ruin your life. You got 83,000, blah, blah, blah more. And that stuck with me. I was like, you know what? That's right. I'm done doing it. I used to get mad. I used to retaliate quick. I used to jump and rebuttal quick. I don't do that no more. Because I've grown. I know what path God got me on. I've grown. I had to grow. But a lot of people don't admit their faults. A lot of people don't admit it. A lot of people don't admit their bad things. I used to have a gambling problem. Uh-oh, now we're getting for real. See, you have people I don't know who you have on your show, Rick. People would have people on the show. They tell the good stuff. They want people to follow them and hashtag. None of y'all got to follow me. Whoever's watching. I had a gambling problem. I used to play roulette 4 or 5 times a week. I used to spend probably about $5,000-6,000 some dollars every 2 days. I would win 15 grand and lose 13,000 and walk out with 2. Be angry. I'd be mad. I'd be mad at the world, taking it out on people and yelling at people, just starting arguments on purpose because I was mad I lost money. Because when I was doing all that, Rick, I was still doing shows. I was still traveling. I was looking at my schedule like, okay, where's a casino at? Every city I played, I want to do that because that was that addiction. Everybody has one. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody has something they struggle with. Drinking pop, smoking, whatever. Everybody has something. And mine was mine. So July 1st this year has been a year. I've been clean from gambling. That's God, bro. I give it all to the Creator, whatever you call him. I give it all to God. He took it away from me. Now it's funny because God's like, if you just trust me and just use your, and it wasn't about the money. It was the high. I got into it. I got introduced to roulette in 2009 when I was on tour with Stomp. And I was like, man, the ball goes in your number. Like, I hit it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was about. So anybody struggling with an addiction, when you walk away from your wicked ways, you'll be blessed with so much more. I've been blessed completely more than anything I've ever had in my life, more money I've ever had in my life, because I walked away from something that felt good that I knew was bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on, Rick. Come on, man. You walk away from something that's bad. It's hard for people to do that. Walk away from something that's bad, and then you'll be blessed. My mom said, you walk away from the wicked ways, you're going to be blessed. I've been blessed. Boom. Me, just being me, telling my story. I'm not on script, Rick. I can't do that. It helps people. And that's what I'm going to do at Igniting Hope. I'm going to play. I'm going to MC for my friend, for my sis. I'm going to MC for her. I'm going to keep her crowd hype. And I'm just going to tell a little bit of my message. Y'all got that. You and her. Y'all are doing it. I'm going to tell a little bit of mine. I'm going to boom. And then, ladies and gentlemen, and now, straight from Houston, he's from your own town. Give it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get that. Don't worry.
That sounds good.
It's going to be great, Rick. It's going to be great. But anyway, long story short, yeah, tell the truth, people. Anybody watching this, tell the truth. You'll feel so much better. And if people don't like it, move on. You got your own car, you got your own keys, you got your cell phone, right? Move on. Go ahead and go. You don't need a ride from them. Go ahead and go. And I guarantee they'll come back around and say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for telling the truth. You don't know who you're going to help, Rick. You don't know. Somebody might be listening now and be like, oh, wow, I'm struggling with that right now. It's the truth. Walk away from your wicked ways. Walk away.
Yeah, I think, as you were sharing all of that, Elec, what I heard is I've heard the power, at least the way I see it is I see the power of God working through you, or the power of the Holy Spirit working through you in different times in your life that, when you needed, we'll say like a course correction where you were kind of going off course and you're getting steered back on course, right? Whether it was leaving Stomp or whether it was stopping gambling or different things, or your mom giving you some wisdom. I see those as like little course corrections. And I know I've had those, where people have to help me, God has to help me, or other people have to, slap me back into line, or my wife or whatever, to give you those course corrections. But, I think that's the benefit of having those good people, those positive people, those surrounding yourself with people that are going to lift you up rather than tear you down.
Right.
And that's, that's what I hear from you is, and I'm sure you MC a lot of events where there's a lot of motivational people and a lot of, inspiring people. And so I know being around that environment it's had to have made you better, in many ways, just being around that environment and hearing those stories and, learning from them.
Yeah. And like Lions Not Cheap, Sean Whaling, God bless his soul. Sean has took me in. Sean's a big, not politics, but he loves America. He loves America. Caucasian man. He loves his guns. He loves his guns. He loves his family. He loves his mother. He loves the truth. Sean seen me at Operation Underground Railroad with Tim Ballard. I just co-MC'd that, played that with Tim. That's a whole nother day. Lewis Howes said, "Hey, I want Elec to co-MC with me." So we did that. Me and Lewis did that together 2 years ago, and he
Nice.
couldn't come this year, and I just got back doing that. Me and Denny Richards from the show Yellowstone. We was I was the hype guy. He was the MC for that. And Macy Barber, UFC fighter, she was our champion. Tim Ballard is like a hero to me. Tim Ballard, Operation Underground. He saves children all over the world. Tim Ballard is one of my heroes. I don't have a lot of mentors, but he's one of my heroes. He's one of my mentors. He's one of my heroes, and I can say that till the day I die. Like I said, shout out to Sean Whalen. Shout out to Lewis Howes, because I wouldn't know none of them if it wasn't for Lewis. Me and Lewis are like that's my brother. That's my bro. Kristen Jen wouldn't know me if it wasn't for Lewis. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lewis Howes opened doors for me. Leanne Rhymes. People say, Elec, Leanne Rhymes comments on. I was like, that's my sister. We talk. I was like, we text. I was like, I wouldn't know her if it wasn't for Lewis. You know what I'm saying? So it's all connecting. But that's what I tell. Put people around you who's going to open the door. Sean Whalen's going to open the door for me. Just like Mark Evans. Mark Evans, one of the biggest real estate, one of the smartest people in this world when it comes to real estate. Mark Evans, look him up. Yes, deal maker. DM, Mark Evans, look him up. He's another one. He's he's an Ohio boy like me, but he's now I think he's in Florida too. He's down here. But Mark Evans, Sean, Lewis, Chris Winfield, Jen. I put myself around people, Rick, who's going to push me, and I put myself around people who I know want to see me win. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody want to see Rick win. I don't care who you know, Rick. Everybody want to see Rick win. You think all the people you know, Rick, they want to see you win? No. There's people in the grass like, oh, okay, yeah. You don't know. We don't know who they are. There's tons of people that don't want to see me win. We don't know. But you know what, Rick? We got to keep pushing. Because you know what? When Rick wakes up, he showers, he sits on the end of the bed, he puts his shoes on. Ain't nobody tying them boots up but Rick. So when Rick gets weak, he has to lace his boots up tighter and he needs to keep walking his butt up that hill. At the end of the day, you're going to reach down and get your family, Tanya, you can get the people who love. Let's go. We're going to the top. And the naysayers, hey, Rick, remember me? No. Go ahead. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
There's some people that will claw over you and pull you down to get up. And then there's some people that will say, hey, let me give you a boost. And you're surrounding yourself with the people that want to give you a boost and help you up.
Go ahead and preach. Go ahead and preach, Rick. Go ahead and preach. No, go ahead and preach. That's the truth, though. Sean Whalen, Mark Evans, Lewis Howes, Chris Jen, they've all helped me grow. They've all helped me grow. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be the best MC/entertainer any event's ever had. I'm going to. I see people, they got their MCs and stuff. I was like, you know what? Mine's different. I have a percussion ensemble. I have a band, whatever you want to do. We need somebody to make our crowd energetic. We need somebody to keep our crowd. That's me. I said, one of these days, you want to know one of my big dreams? I'm not going to sit down. I don't care. I'm honest. I'm a Saved by the Bell fan. Probably the best Saved by the Bell fan in the world. The old ones. Zach.
Yeah, the old one. My sister loved that show. She loved that show to death.
Any trivia, I'm gonna smoke anybody. I'll win. If they had to Saved by the Bell, I'll win. That's my dream, is to co-host with Mario Lopez.
All right. I don't know Mario Lopez, but I will try to make that happen. You know, Tanya met him in Vegas one time.
Oh, really?
She met him in Vegas one time. I'll see if I know anyone that knows him, because
it's gonna happen. And he likes my stuff. Like he had my buddy Jared Grimes on his show, because Jared is the leading role in Funny Girl on Broadway in New York, and Jared was with him. I'm like, and when you see that, it's like, oh, that's what you know what I'm saying. But I'm cool. God got it. It's already written. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it will happen.
I'm gonna co-host with him. It's gonna happen. I'm just waiting. I have to tell people, don't get so anxious. I'm learning how to chill and wait for my time. Your time's coming. I'm just learning how to chill. Look at Morgan Freeman. He didn't get nothing until he was 40-something. Chadwick Boseman, God rest his soul. Yeah. They didn't get nothing. Samuel Jackson. They didn't get nothing just wait. It's coming. I'm going to wait. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, and I think what you said is important. God has it all figured out. It's already written. When you and I saw each other in May, and we're like, yeah, we're going to work together. I'll see you in Houston. I remember, I remember it was like, hey, I'll see you in Houston. I said those words, and then yes, sure enough, I'm going to see you
Weird.
this
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
And
But how crazy is that though? Ain't that wild to you? I mean, ain't that crazy?
I'm going to be honest here. Well, I'm always honest, but I'd say at this point in my life, 2 years ago, if you had said, is that crazy? I would have been, yeah, that's so crazy, whatever. But now with the growth I've had in the past couple of years of really accepting like that I don't have control, and, I'll take control of my actions, and who I surround myself with, and doing the work to make myself better, and, put myself in the right rooms and all that. But I firmly believe that God has control, and he's going to guide me in the way that I need to be guided. And I pray that every morning. So if I speak something like, hey, I'm going to see in Houston, I believe that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And so even if it didn't happen, so soon, if it happened next year, but I know it would happen. And I think I kind of, I don't want to say force, but I put pressure on myself to believe that way, to help increase my faith, and to help me, truly, serve God and say, all right, I'm truly doing the work that you want me to do. And I'm just gonna, hey, like that, what is it, that song, that country song, Jesus take the wheel. Like, okay, yeah, you have the wheel. I'm just a passenger, I'm driving, I'm going to put in some work, but I'm going to let you, guide here. And that's how I look at it, and at least that's how I work on looking at it every day.
And that's so hard too, because it's like, man, oh man, all this evil, all this evil. I was borderline atheist. I almost gave up on God 2020. And a lot of people is not honest, Rick. I'm telling you, bro. Stay away from people like that. A lot of people ain't honest, and I'm so brutally down, dirty, honest, to where I don't care. I'll still go to the gym when we're done. I'll still eat my cereal. I'll still watch Saved by the Bell. I'll still get on the plane in a couple of days and go do the show in Salt Lake City. I'm right back in Salt Lake City Sunday. I'm on a plane on a 12:30. One day, come right back, then do DC. Life's gonna keep going on when you're still honest. I was borderline atheist. I'm not trying to turn this into church, and I still got questions. Still got questions. I was like, hey God, I've been texting you, bro. You leave me on scene. You read my text, bro, but you don't text me back sometimes. What's up? I know you see me texting you. That's why I talk to God like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, just questions. But the more and more I have faith, I'm like, okay, you are real. There you are. But, bro, I texted you last week. Now you're just texting me right now? Elec, I was busy. You ain't the only one in the world, bro. Chill out. I'll get to you.
Yeah.
I'll get to you. But and like I said, if this ain't for anybody, this has nothing to do with you. Keep living your life. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? But I know what I believe in, and I'll take my chances believing that there's a God and there's a higher power. I'll take my chances doing that. You know what I'm saying? Just getting the message. I'll take my chances. I know there is, but I'm telling you, obedient and acknowledging took me to another level. I have a beautiful loft here, man. I jumped. God kept doing like this. He kept pulling my shirt. I was like, New York City is my second home. I mean, New York or Cleveland, whatever. But I had to MC a couple things at SeaWorld Convention Center. And every time I woke up in my hotel, I'm like, the weather, I'm like, something ain't right. Something's weird. Disney's right there. I like Universal. I like rides. And I told Carol, I was like, babe, we need to move. She's like, where? I was like, I want to move to Orlando. One of my best friends lives in Tampa. Now this is part of the message, everybody watching. Listen, Spark Change. Listen, there's a message in my talking. One of my best friends, Tony, we toured together. He plays sax on the tour we're on together. He lives in Tampa, hour away. And I was like, well, I want to move to Orlando. I'm there like, she's like, why? Why Orlando? I thought we wanted to just move back to Manhattan and just be in New York City. I was like, something's telling me to go down there. So I took a piece of paper and I was like, let's put some places. Stay home, stay here. Let's put Nashville. I put South Carolina. I put Brooklyn. I put Manhattan. I put Orlando. 7 different places, right? I'm sorry, Texas wasn't one of them. I'm sorry, Rick. I love y'all. I love y'all. Texas, man, y'all, man, I love y'all. But and I put it in a hat. I said, all right, babe, here we go. And we're sitting in my loft in Cleveland. Well, here you go, pick. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I was like, close your eyes. She picked. It said Orlando. So man, we wrote it again, wrote different ones. When the hat, she said, pick. I did like this. Mine said Orlando. I was like this, whoa. We do it again. It happened again. 6 different pieces of paper. Her just turned her head. It happened again. I was like, okay, God, I get you. I get it. That was it. We moved. That was it. I'm in beautiful. I look at a palm trees right on my deck right here. Palm trees right here. The sky, it's crazy. I can go to Universal Studios in 12 minutes and go ride rides right now. I can go to SeaWorld in 13 minutes. It's crazy. But God put me here because something big's going to happen, and I don't know what it is.
Yep.
There's something that's it's going to be something steady to where they're like, hey, we need an MC, we need somebody for this, and where are you located? Oh, I live here. What? It's going to be something like that. It's going to be something steady to where, yes, we make money to where that big check's going to come, even bigger check's going to come, and that's going to open up doors, and then that other big check's going to come. I jumped. Rick, I jumped.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was jumping. I had no parachute. I was like, we're going to jump off this cliff, and that's it. If I land flat, I just die. I jumped. I don't have no plan B. There's no safety net. Because if I have a plan A, I'm going all out. Rick, let me ask you something. I'm going to interview you on your own show. Let me ask you something. Do you have a plan B sometime? Or do you just go, see, that's why I'm on your show, because you get it. You get it.
Yeah. No, it's all plan A. Just going full into everything and let God figure it out.
That's it. And that's what I'm doing. So Rick, to your listeners, to your fans and everybody, I'm trying to tell you guys, just jump. If you're on the fence right now, jump. Take the leap, and it's not going to feel good. My stomach was turning. I suffer from anxiety. People don't know that. I'm a big teddy bear. Yeah, I'm always smiling and drumming. I have to take medicine. Depression, anxiety. I suffer from anxiety very, very badly. People will not even know that every day because I worry about people. That's why I'm so lovable. Have you noticed that? You say, Elec, you give the good hugs, because I worry about people all the time.
Yeah.
So I suffer from anxiety, and I put it on me. Jump, y'all.
You have that good empathy.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm getting better at it, God, but I'm getting better. But I just worry. I'm a worrier. I worry so much. I'm worried now for some reason. I don't know why. Anxious, and I gotta get that in my mind. And God, my mom's keeps saying, you have angels on both sides of you. You have angels on both sides. One of my best friends, Kenny, I watched him die 3 weeks ago, and that was the confirmation. Imagine talking to somebody for 18 years every day on FaceTime. On the phone, laughing, arguing, cussing each other out, and then saying, "Okay, let's go get something to eat." He was older than me. Kenny's 20-some years old. He's like a big bro to me. Strong, big, strong. He had bone cancer, and I remember his girlfriend. And that day, I was like, somebody's gonna call me. Something happened to somebody today. His girlfriend called. She said, "Alec, are you in town?" I'm like, "No, I'm on my way home. I'm flying home now." "Why? What's up?" "I was coming back from Nashville." She's like, "Kenny's not. His brain was dead. He's bled a lot from his mouth." They waited for me to get to the hospital. The nurse was like, "Hey, as soon as we pull this, he'll probably go within 6-7 minutes." I was like, wow, that's crazy, knowing your best friend. They pulled the plug. This dude did not want to die. His chest kept going. I was like, "Kenny, just go, man. I'll see you later." That's weird. I had a smile, and I smiled. I've never seen this, and I've seen it on TV one time. Well, a couple times somebody passed you, beep, when the line goes. I've never seen that in person. And that was like, wow, that's my best friend. I was like, wow. And he's like, and then one of his sons, his son's like 20-something, he started crying. There's four of us in there. And I was like, "All right, y'all." I was like, "All right, Kenny, I'll see you then." And I'm smiling. The nurse is like, "Are you okay?" So I was like, "I'm good. Take care of yourself." And I walked out, wrecked my Jeep in the parking garage because my mind went right. I was like, "Okay, all right, y'all." I turned, boom, hit the pole. I'm like, what did I just do? Damaged my Jeep, got it fixed within 3 days, whatever. That's nothing. But that let me know my mind was right. But every time Kenny's favorite song was "Somewhere Over the Rainbow." I've been seeing rainbows left and right. So that means he's here. He's with me.
Yeah.
He's with me. And I know he would say, "Boy, just jump. Just go to Orlando. I'll be cool." And that's it. So trust your gut, Rick. You, Rick. CrossFit, Rick. Spark Change, Rick. Trust your gut. Houston, Rick. Trust it, bro. Because it's in there. Your chest is going to probably get hot. You might start feeling a little warmness, because that means God, even me saying that, trust yourself, bro.
It's true. Dude. I know that I just firmly believe that God directs me in the way that he wants me, to go. And that's why I just look at it as faith and just go that way. And, And like I said earlier, Elec, I think that he's directing your path, and your faith will improve, and he'll continue to direct your path and put, beautiful opportunity in front of you, or even better than what you imagine, right? Like you're saying some opportunity is going to come up. It's probably going to be 10 times better than you even imagine. You'll be doing
Amen.
some huge Disney show or Universal show, or they'll come out with another Saved by the Bell, and you'll be on the show.
But you want to know something? Are you ready for this? One of my college buddies I played football with, been known for 20 plus years, was a director of the new Saved by the Bell.
Well, there you go. See, you got a connection. You may be on that new Saved by the Bell.
Listen, they don't answer the phone. He won an Oscar this year. He don't answer the phone.
Well, just give it time.
But
It'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
Exactly. I was going to say that. You just took that out of my mouth. You just took that out of Rick. Go ahead, Rick. I was like, you don't answer. I was like, you know what? But I had to grow out of that. God said, "Look, I'm not going to bless you with everything you want." That's what Mike Tyson said. The way God will punish you is blessing you with everything you want. Mike Tyson said that. I said, ooh. Mike Tyson said his best years of life was when he was in prison. And they used to interview. He's like, but Mike, you have millions of dollars. You're a champ. He's like, no. He's like, God will punish you by giving you everything you want to see how you handle it. I couldn't get what I wanted yet because I had a gambling addiction. I was angry. I had a short temper. I had anxiety. I still suffer from anxiety. He said, "Oh, you gotta go. You gotta practice more. You gotta go to CrossFit gym. You gotta work on your pull-ups a little bit more until you can get into the Arnold and go compete at the Arnold. You're not ready yet."
Yeah.
So I got calluses now. Now God's like, okay, no, you're ready. You're ready now. He had to take me through all that stuff, build me up, but take me through all that stuff and say, where are you at? Because I can't give you this because you got to let this go right here. I can't give you this yet. That's what it was, Rick.
Yeah, and I see that. I've seen that in my life. I've seen that in many other lives. Is that, I was on my one path until 2020, and then it totally changed. And then I, started iSpark Change and wrote a book, and my life completely changed. And I'm on a completely different path. And I had the idea for the book 21 years ago after a major car accident with Tanya and my two daughters at the time and everything. And I didn't write it because I wasn't ready. God wasn't ready for me. I felt he was, like I like to say, is like he's chiseling away, making a masterpiece. He's chiseling away, and he's still chiseling away. I'm still not ready. He's still working on me and you and all of us. We're always a work in progress. My dad had incredible faith in God and lived to the age of 96, died in 2019. And I think he lived that long because he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for God to have him in heaven yet. He just needed to be worked on. He struggled with alcoholism for, 80 years of his life or whatever. Like he lived a long time. And I think it's because that God was up there chiseling away and the last like 20 years of his life were beautiful, for our relationship and everything. And so I think that's the same for all of us. I think that we're all just a constant work in progress, you, me, all our flaws, all our weaknesses, all those things. That's just God chiseling away. And, if we let him, if we give him that control and we keep, doing the things that he wants, then I think he'll keep honoring us and blessing us in different ways that we don't understand, but we will when we look back, right? You look back and you're like, oh, hey, Lewis Howes connected me with, Chris and Jen, or connected me, with Sean, or, these other people. You look back and then you see them, but you can't see it going forward all the time. And I think that's actually a blessing. That's probably for our benefit. Like you said, that we don't get it all at once and then just screw it all up. We have to go back and look in reverse.
What's one thing you're afraid of?
One thing I'm afraid of is I'm not afraid to fail. The only big thing that I'm afraid of is that I would not take care of my family in some way, that I would, not be able to take care of them, not take care of them. I mean, they're my everything. So the only thing that really scares me, out of all things, I'm not afraid of death. The only thing that scares me about death is that my family would be alone, that they would have no one to take care of them. And so it goes back to them. It's not about me. It's about them. But that any fear comes back to supporting them.
I'm afraid of death. I'm afraid of it. I'm very afraid of it. And you had somebody on your show, Rick, today that is not going to sugarcoat nothing. And I know people are probably like, man, this dude is telling all his things. So I'm gonna look at this dude different. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm afraid of it. I told you I gambled. I'm delivered. I'm delivered from that. Understand that. I'm delivered. That's the best feeling in the world, getting delivered from something that you loved. I'm delivered from it. And then you ask this, and then I asked you a question. I'm telling you the same thing. I'm afraid of death. You know why? Because if I die, I need, who's going to protect? I have a huge family. Our family's close. Like Carol's like, babe, her family's huge. So is mine. She's like, you got so many first cousins. I'm like, there's a lot. There's a lot. My mom has a lot of siblings, and we're all close. Everybody's close. Holidays, family reunions are packed. But me being gone would be, yeah, I'm scared of that, and I'm scared that I'm not. I'm scared that I'm not. I'm not afraid to fail either, Rick. I'm scared. I'm afraid that I'm not giving 150 or 200%. I think I'm giving like 148, 149, because there is that little small fear. We can say all day long, yeah, I'm not afraid to fail, but I am afraid. I am afraid. I'll be honest. I am afraid. Because so I'll give like 148. I want them other 2% is what might take me over the edge. It's like, just do it. Like, no, I'm gonna stay comfortable for a minute. I'm not comfortable. People say, like, man, you take a lot of risk. I do, but that one thing I know, like my single comes out. It's called "Learn How to Love." Never wrote a song before in my life, and it's an anthem. Got kids singing the thing. It's real powerful horn section. It's the world will be a better place. It's simple if we learn how to love. It's like a reggae. Dun, 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 will be up. It's and then the horns.
Nice.
It's really powerful. It comes out on my birthday, 9/21. I was born September 21st. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember the 21st night? But 1981, 9/21, September 21st, 1981, established the National Day of Peace from the Constitution. You know that, right? Google it. Like, what's the National Day of Peace for the world? September 21st, 1981. That's the day I was born. Is that not
Perfect.
crazy?
That's perfect.
But how's that match up, though? And then who I am, like, being born and then doing school shows and bringing love and hugging people and saying, hey to Tanya, Rick, hey, I love you guys. Hey, I'm going to meet you in Houston. Give me a hug. Big teddy bear, Elec, blah, blah, blah. How does that happen? It's already written.
It's already written.
Born.
Yep.
This dude's going to be born on this day, National Day of Peace. That's why I have it tattooed. I have it on my arm. 9/21/81. That's the National Day of Peace. So my song comes out on that day.
Perfect.
It comes out on that day, man. So, but yeah, and I'm trying to write a book and everything, like you said. But like, things like that, I'll look up to you on that. Like, hey, Rick, I need your help. It's already got a couple chapters done and everything. But like, yeah, I'm trying to do it all. But the thing about it is, I had to get away from my wake. I think for me to end this interview, if anybody took anything from this today, if you did or you didn't, I don't care. I got to talk with my boy Rick, and we got to talk like we was in a coffee shop or at the gym. See what I'm saying? Yep. We're not doing this for nobody else. Yeah. It's just Elec and Rick talking. I get to know Rick more. He gets to know me a little more. Yeah. Understand that. You got listeners and people going to watch, but I don't care. The thing about it is, I'm taking away from this today. Walk away from your wicked ways. When you look in the mirror, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's watching, don't look in the mirror. Don't hustle yourself. We think we out here doing it and getting it and moving and grooving. Like Denzel said, don't confuse movement with progress. Hey, I'm doing this. I got meetings here. I have a Zoom here. That don't mean nothing. Yeah. Don't confuse movement with progress. That's what Denzel Washington said. Don't hustle yourself. Don't look in the mirror when you're brushing your teeth. Get out of the shower. Say, am I the shit or am I just bullshit? No. You need to don't hustle yourself. Be real with yourself. Like, no, I got to do more. We got to go back and redo that. Take that from that. Don't hustle yourself. Walk away from your wicked ways. And if you don't believe, you have no believing. If Allah can make you a better man than Jesus can, if Buddha can make you a better man than Jesus can, and you or a better woman, and you treat people nice and love, hey, I'm all for it. I can't force you to love what I love. I'm gonna go with my route. If praying to the trees make you a better woman, a better man, you love people and you show people respect, hey, I'm all for it. Go ahead and do that. Did you get the message? The message is, did you get the message? It's all come all in one, man. So that's it, bro.
Yeah, and that's why, we connected so well, because that's what iSpark Change is all about. It's all about just making the world a better place, positively impacting others. Why you're on the show as a social impact hero. So before I ask my final question on the show, Elec, where's the best place for people to support you, to follow your work, see what you're up to?
Instagram is the best one. There's a fake page. I cannot stand these hackers. Oh my god. There's a fake page of me up right now. Just reported. It only has like 1,000. It's like underscore Elec, but don't. Instagram is my main handle. At Elec Simon, ElecSimon. My website is elecsimon.net, ElecSimon.net. TikTok, of course, Elec Simon, ElecSimon, and Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook, Elec Simon, ElecSimon. Yeah, that's it. Just keep me in your thoughts, keep me in your prayers, and I'm all right. I'm doing all right. I'm doing great. I'm blessed. The fire, I mean, just like you said, Rick, Tanya, you guys see me every week. You said I'm busy. I'm gone. I'm on a stage, a different stage every week. On a plane. So just pray for my strength, man. Pray for my strength, because I do get tested. Like the one guy flicked me off. He flicked me off. He just stopped in the middle of the road. This was in Ohio, and I'm
Oh,
blowing the horn.
yes.
I'm like,
I
bro, I
saw
gotta
that.
go. I was like, man, I gotta go. He flicks me off. I pull up. Nowadays, people got, they got guns. I pull up and say, bro, you ain't gotta flick me off like that. He's like, what? He's like, I was being nice, letting you go. I was like, you're blocking the road. It's just a parking garage. I was like, bro, I can't get around. He's like, you know what? My mother just died. I said, man, I put my Jeep in park. I got out, Rick. I walked over and I hugged him inside his car, a total stranger, white dude. He started crying. I was like, can I pray with you? And I prayed with him, and I let it go. And I moved on, went out my day. That's the test, Rick. Forget the money and the checks and the money we make. We got nice places to live in. We got beautiful family and got cars, and I got a motorcycle. I ride and everything. I'm in Florida now and everything, blah, blah, blah. I'm on stage drumming, being Mr. Popular. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing if you can't change it right then and there. I changed my anger right then and there because he flipped me off.
Yeah.
I changed my anger.
Oh.
You got me?
Yes.
I changed my anger right then and there. And I hugged him and I prayed with him. And you know what? It's 11:11 right now. That's what happened. My alarm went off. My alarm goes off at 11:11. All the listeners. So Rick, make a wish. Make a wish. Go ahead. Hurry up. Make a wish. I'll make one. Hold on. All right. Boom. 11:11.
All right,
We did that on your show.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the timing. Thank you for doing that. That's crazy. And thank you for
No
sharing that
problem.
story, because that truly embodies, what we're all about, what you're about, what we're about. So I have one final question for you, Elec, and this is something I ask everybody on the podcast. So our goal at iSpark Change is to impact 1 billion people in the next 5 years through our community and our social media platform that we'll be building starting next year. Now, we can't do it alone, which is why we need leaders like you, people like you that are spreading positive change and showing others that they can make a difference, right? That they do impact others, that every day you have an opportunity to impact others in a positive way, just like you hugging this gentleman, right, when his mother had passed. Mm-hmm. So we value your thoughts and opinions as an iSpark Change social impact hero. So I want you to answer this question. What can the world become if everyone starts believing that they can impact our future and make the world a beautiful place?
What can the world become? Ask me one more time. Say it again, Rick.
What can the world become if everyone starts believing that they can impact our future and in a positive way and make the world a beautiful place?
The world could become calm. Calm.
All right. Love it. Love it. There's so much, there's craziness and energy and everything. To just have that calm, that serenity would be a beautiful place for sure.
Calm.
So don't forget to catch Elec and myself at the Igniting Hope Summit coming on August 27th in Houston. Well, Elec, I just want to thank you for taking the time today to share your heart and wisdom with our audience. You came in and over-delivered, as I knew you would. You're passionate, gritty, inspirational, and you are a genuine and caring individual. You're humble, generous, and lead with a heart of service and gratitude, which tells me you will continue to have the success of your dreams in all facets of life. Keep wielding your superpowers as an iSpark Change social impact hero, Elec. Thank you, and God bless you, my brother.
Thank you, guys. Peace, y'all.
Remember, impact heroes, every positive action can be a spark moment that has a ripple effect that spreads far beyond the initial act. So go out there and spark change. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this episode, then please smash that 5-star rating on iTunes or Spotify and leave a review. We value your comments and we want to hear from you in the community. Thank you for listening. God bless you, and we'll see you next week on the iSpark Change podcast.